Don't miss the reason for the season, because it's the celebration, the worship, and the glory of the most incredible miracle, or second to the most incredible miracle that's ever transpired, and that is the incarnate Godhead coming and dwelling in and among his people, so to pay for their sins. And yet we can get caught up in all the trimmings and trappings and all of that, wind up in debt, and miss the whole thing, and then deal with all of the recovery in the aftermath of being sick, that you spent more money that you had trying to be a giver, when in fact, joy is found within boundaries. What do we say, fam? Welcome to Simplexity. Podcast. We take seemingly complex matters and attempt to make them plain and simple. My name is Sammy Foster, joined with the one and only Boots.
Hello there.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. Cheers.
Cheers to you. You're drinking a little Celsius?
Well, I was. This is just plain old water.
This is a little Dunkin'.
Mm-hmm.
It's grown a little cold, to be totally honest. However,
the show must go on.
It must. And this is, actually, speaking of this show, this is the end of season 5. Come on, somebody.
It's been a long time coming.
Hasn't it?
Yep.
50 episodes, little partner.
That's a long ways.
Right?
50.
50.
Yep.
5, 10 episodes per season.
That's right.
5.
A little simple math will get you there.
I did that math right here on the spot.
Impressive.
Well, actually, Simplexity Shorts 54. But
Okay. Amen.
54?
So if you want to split hairs and you include Simplexity Shorts,
Yeah.
that's probably 54.
Well, our
55.
listeners didn't include Simplexity Shorts, so we probably shouldn't
obvious.
either.
Nevertheless, it's been a good season. We got big things in store for season number 6, do we not?
We do.
What do we have in store?
Lots of surprises for all of us.
That are gonna, right? Even we don't know about them.
Yeah, we're going to surprise ourselves. But
But
to end this season, we got a nice little Christmas special for everyone.
Ooh.
As you can see, we got a festive decoration here today.
thanks to Beck.
Yeah, thank you,
Oh,
Becca.
Beck.
I don't
Thank
see any
you.
dreidels
Beck
anywhere.
always does. She does a lot of with a nada. She just has a little.
She's like a magician.
She is.
Turns nothing into something.
And it's something else.
It's good to have Mike back in the studio. He was on a
Yes.
cruise. I'm a little disappointed that he's not dressed up like Santa Claus today.
I know. Well,
But-
if you heard the testimony of the cruise, you understand
He's
why.
the Grinch today.
He
Yeah.
went away Santa, came back to Scrooge.
He couldn't pull that one off.
No.
So this episode's going to be a little bit different, though.
Yes.
Correct.
Because it just so happens that Beck included, with you and myself and Mike, we're Christmas people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're into it.
Yeah.
We're into it. The older I get, I feel like the more nostalgic I become.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
It used to be, well, I'll save that. I had some bad negative input by my old
You had
man.
some impressions. Or what are they? Imprints? Yeah.
Imprints. I had a little Mago day
Ooh.
put on me by my old man when it came to Christmas that I've had to deconstruct. Nevertheless, I'm a Christmas guy now.
Yeah. Some might call this time of year magical, but I wouldn't. Personally.
I can't go that far.
Yeah.
You're on your own, buddy.
On the record.
All right, but what do we got in store for today when it comes to this festive Christmas season?
So, I believe we're kicking things off with a game, correct me if I'm wrong.
I was asking back. I thought she
Okay.
was going to
Yeah,
answer.
I didn't know if that was me or Cam.
It's like I'm going to hold up a sign. Becca, your turn. No, so what do we got?
So we're going to play this or that Christmas edition.
Ooh.
And I want to hear those opinions. I want to see you guys fight. Just kidding.
We very well may be fully aligned.
Well,
Ooh,
we'll
maybe.
see.
We shall see.
TBD.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Let's go.
I got 10 for you.
Okay.
The first one, real tree or fake tree?
Ooh,
It sounded evil.
sounded grinchy, didn't it?
Yeah. He's like, no tree.
All right, so I'm an advocate for real. Reason being is I like the smell of the pine, but But I'm very conflicted when it comes to either real or fake due to the fact of I hate messes. I hate pine needles. Good thing we got hardwood floors so they're easy to sweep. I've thought through this.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I'm a pine and real guy because I feel like it lends to the nostalgia. It's more authentic. However, me and Ruth had some, let's just say, intense fellowship
Gosh. Poor Ruth.
this year when it came to tree time because, as many know, if you don't, last year around Christmas time we moved. Well, I got so irritated amidst the move, I just started throwing stuff out. One of the things that I threw out was Ruth's fake tree from Homestead Gardens that was gifted to us. That was an $1,100 tree. Found its way right into the dumpster. The whole thing.
That didn't
And
go
I
over
did-
well, did it?
Hey, when Ruth said this year, go get the tree, I've waited all year for that moment. Actually, I've feared all year for that moment because Ruth didn't know that I had thrown it away. When the chickens came home
Oh, gosh.
and I had to break it down, it was not good.
How
for-
did you?
Poor
I know that
Ruth.
this is only the first one. But I do want to know, how did you broach the subject?
Okay.
Like,
Ruth,
pretend I'm Ruth. Ready?
Ruth said, hey, I went into the garage and I looked for the tree. Where's the tree?
Oh, my gosh.
Just real matter of fact. Like,
Adam, where are you?
Jay. So she just looked at me sort of like, of course she wouldn't have assumed or thought
She thought better of you. There
without a
has
doubt.
to be another explanation.
Dude wouldn't throw away $1,100 tree. That's madness. So where is it? I went into the garage. It's not there. Is it in the attic? And it was at that point that I said, sweetie, you're going to have to sit down for
Oh,
this.
no.
Hey, Boots, I can't give you the deets.
Oh, you're
It was
still
bad.
married?
It was bad. It was not good for me. And then she found out that Asher had helped me.
Oh, no.
Hey, I just threw him right under the
Oh,
bus
of
as
course
well.
you did.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, so it was rough. Okay, so actually, I don't want to monopolize the whole episode by this single story. So let me add insult to injury. So it was rough, and I have some cleanup. I still have a little cleanup to do. Listen, fam.
You better apologize
Pray for your
now.
past.
Yeah. You're like, needless to say, I will be cleaning up the pine needles this year exclusively.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible about it. Ruth's more of a Christmas person than I am. Oh, Ruth loves Christmas. Long story short, I told her this year, hey, we're going to go get a nice tree.
Yeah.
And she said, as a caveat, or as a, hey, okay, that's great, but if we go, I'm not getting a dinky tree. Because that Homestead Garden, that was a big tree, and it was full. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was one of those trees that there is no way standing 4 feet away from it, you could tell that it was fake.
Huh.
It was legit.
Yeah.
Had a little remote control for the
Why
light.
did you throw it
Oh,
out?
my God.
Because it took up too much space. We live in a little house. And hey, and it felt like
I want
clutter.
you to feel sorry.
It was in a big bag. It was terrible.
We had just recorded the Less is More episode, and you were on a
I was on a high.
Yeah.
Long story short, Ruth says, so we get to the little place. We go to this place in Edgewater. I said to her, hey, honey, I tell you what. Hey, there won't be any argument. Whatever tree you want, you go ahead and get. My bad for the yada, yada, yada. Okay. So we get there, got all the little hot cocoa, got our earmuffs on. Meanwhile, it was probably 60 degrees out. We're dressed
sweating.
apart. We're going to do it. Kids are all full of jolly and glee. And we get there, and I see Ruth talking to one of the young guys that, would take the tree and, trim the edge and shake it. And I'm watching her. Me and Silas are backed up, leaning against the wreaths. And I'm prepared to drop a couple dollars, right? Because I know Ruth's going to get the nice tree. Yeah. But long story short, I look away for a minute, look back. Ruth is dragging arguably the biggest tree in the whole farm up towards the shaker. And so I had to yell, hey, my man. I said, hey, what's the size of that tree? He said, it's about 8.5 feet. I went, oh. I said, hey, listen, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to put that back.
Oh,
I said,
no.
Ruth, let me holler at you. I said, babe, we
You told her any tree.
I said, we got 6-foot ceilings in the house. I said, it's like a hobbit hole. I said, she looked at me, Boots,
Oh, no.
standing in that tree farm like, I can't believe this. I can't get a big tree. I was like, we're going to have to cut it somewhere in the middle. So not only did I throw her tree away, I wasn't able to get her the real tree that she wanted.
That you promised.
So I'm going to have to do some serious Christmas present shopping.
We need
for
a
Mama
Christmas
Ruth.
miracle over here. Good heavens, my friend.
Yeah, so it's been a rough ride thus far.
That's a
It's been a
mess.
rough sled ride.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was where it was going.
Yeah,
No.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know that we were either. But you asked real or fake, and
Yeah.
it just triggered something in
Yeah.
me.
Well, I'm just going to very simply say I like real trees. I hope to never experience anything like that.
Amen. Learn from my foolish
Yeah.
mistakes,
right.
friend.
Yes.
Don't
here
throw
to
Hannah's
serve.
tree away, okay?
Okay,
Amen.
you got it. Noted. All right, next one.
So when it comes to trees, do you like white lights or colored lights?
I like white lights. I like classic.
Of course. Because you find colored lights tacky, don't you?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're in a whole theme. Like if you go like sort of like Christmas art
If you're going
deco.
for like a tacky theme, then I would definitely support
Ouch.
it. I like colored lights, but I understand the simplicity and the classiness of white
Yeah,
lights.
cleanliness too. It's just clean.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
All right.
not clean it's just a clean look.
Yeah.
Fresh.
It's not
Anyway.
I would say it's not as festive though.
Arguably wrong.
I agree. I like white lights too.
Okay.
All right, next. Christmas movies or Christmas music?
That's tough.
Yeah, why one or?
It's just this or that. You got to choose.
Oh, this or that. Ooh. Oh, I plead the fifth.
You can't plead the fifth. You got to choose. If you had to remove one aspect from the celebratory nature of Christmas,
I think I'd go remove Christmas movies, although I love a fire in Christmas movies. But if you were to say you have to forego Christmas music,
yeah,
carols,
yeah, that's true.
well,
I think I'd have to go the same way.
chestnuts
Oh.
roasting on an open fire. No way, you can't take that.
Well, maybe we
Jack
should
Frost.
actually.
Nipping at you.
All
Although
right.
my family, we love It's a Wonderful Life. So
Sure.
that's kind of a shot in the heart to take that one away. But
Shot to the heart.
next one.
Okay, well, this is related to movies. The Elf or The Grinch?
Oh, I just watched The Grinch.
Which one?
Didn't know it with
Jim Carrey?
and it's fab. But I mean, the Elf is amazing.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Elf
Yeah.
with
What?
Will Ferrell.
Will
We
Ferrell.
watch it every year.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I grew up watching the OG Grinch,
Okay.
like the cartoon.
Sure.
Mike liked that one.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. I think there.
Are you National Lampoon fans?
That's a good one.
Okay.
I think I've seen that one.
Oh, my Cam.
I don't know. I've
Oh. We just crossed.
You're out.
you crossed the line, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was some of Chevy Chase's best.
Chevy Chase.
Oh, okay.
All right, next.
Mike, do you believe this guy?
Hot cocoa or eggnog?
Oh,
I'm gonna go hot cocoa just because I like the idea of eggnog, but I always try it and I never like it. Like I like the idea of it and I like the idea of sitting there like sipping it or whatever, but then I just drink it. I'm like, this tastes like perfume.
what? What is happening?
What eggnog are you drinking?
Am I doing Christmas wrong? Someone help
I
me.
think so. No, definitely.
Well, I haven't had
eggnog.
like homemade eggnog.
You don't need to. Just good old store bought. You know who has incredible eggnog is Highs. Are we aware of Highs?
No.
Oh,
Hi-
I didn't know that.
Highs is like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's a chain that's seemingly dying. There's only a couple of them.
Here in Maryland.
But they have a wonderful eggnog
Really?
that is their brand.
Where
Highs
is this?
eggnog. Take my word for it.
Okay.
You know what, Mike? I'll give you that. and if your eggnog is a little thick, you can't stomach a lot of it.
No. No.
Nope.
You can down some hot cocoa, though.
That's true.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bought gift or a homemade gift?
For myself or for someone else?
Oh, that's a great question. What do
Yeah,
you
if it's for me.
What do you like to receive?
If it's for me, you ain't making it, sweetheart. I don't want no macaroni art.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't want homemade from anybody. I don't want homemade from my kids.
You had to like think for a second, like, did anyone make me anything this year for
Shoot.
Pastor's
Is there anybody
Appreciation?
that's getting ready to?
Yeah.
No, I'm store bought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna? Yeah. I mean, I could.
Oh,
I'm gonna use this to chime in one thing, just when it comes to like buying things for people. So my family, we've been doing the Secret Santa thing, so that you only have to buy for
Oh.
like one person.
Yeah.
And you can make it hopefully a little bit more intentional, more special, more magical, you could even say. But here's what I don't like is when you like send someone your wish list, like I don't want to buy your list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Like
It's a wedding registry.
yeah. Yeah. Thanks for these. Thanks for this vase from Crate and Barrel.
Yeah. Unless it's
like-
your kids.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
your
yeah.
kids are going to send a list, just a little
that's
FYI.
what they
Sure.
want.
And what's that? I
That's
get
what
that.
they want.
I get that. And I want to get people things that they want, but I feel like there should be a degree of intentionality. You know?
So you would prefer like the list coming by way of a generality. Like, I want some clothes from such and such a store.
Banana Republic, for
Yeah.
example.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is that too specific?
I don't think that's too specific.
Right.
But if I put a specific shirt on there, like from the, it's like, oh, thanks. This is everything that I had on my list. I appreciate it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel
I totally agree with you.
as intentional.
Yeah.
So we're doing the wish list thing,
Okay.
but I'm trying to do like a little thing in addition to that. So it's like you get the stuff that you want, but there's also thoughtfulness part of it.
Totally.
Like I don't want to separate the thoughtfulness or and this is why I said all this, is because the homemade gift
Yes.
screams intentionality and thoughtfulness, but it's not necessarily what you want.
Right.
So like how do we combine both of those aspects?
Yeah.
Getting people what they want, but also showing I really did put thoughtfulness into this.
Totally.
So
No,
that's where I'm at
I
right now.
I appreciate that. Just I wish people knew better that you don't get points for making gifts. You get points for buying.
Expensive. Yeah.
You sound terrible.
'Tis the season.
Okay, next. Our pastor,
Why did you need
everyone.
to emphasize that? Really? I just like we're sitting here. I just say
Wow.
all that, and
I'm
you go.
sorry.
I just want people to know you don't get points for like
Our pastor.
The
That
Grinch
is so
himself.
messed up.
whew. All right.
Okay, next.
Okay.
White
moving
Christmas or no snow?
Oh, white
I'm sorry?
Christmas.
A white Christmas or no snow?
along. Oh, definitely. White Christmas.
Dusting. We don't want to inconvenience people,
Yeah, no.
but I don't.
Yeah.
Mike's like, well, I'll make
Oh, yeah.
$1,500 an hour if we get
Yeah,
a lot
Mike
of snow.
wants that.
I don't know. I
White
like the
any
snow.
day.
I think it's beautiful, but
Me-
as long
I-
as it
I
doesn't
agree.
prevent people from doing their
Providing they don't harm
Getting their
themselves.
homemade gifts.
Get into automobile accidents,
Yes.
then yeah.
How many you got left?
Okay, 2 left. Ready?
Oh, make them good.
Wrapping paper or gift bags?
Oh, that's I'm old school. I like wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Do you wrap the gifts?
Oh,
Or
definitely.
does Ruth?
You don't wrap them?
Well, for Ruth, I do, but actually, I typically do a gift bag.
Oh,
A lot of secrets are coming
I
out.
know. This is a very incriminating episode. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But then there are certain gifts that I will get Ruth that I will wrap. If it's like clothes, then I typically put that in a gift bag because I'm not one that says when I go, would you like a box with that? No, I just put it in the bag.
Yeah.
But then I get home and it's a very messy wrap. So then I got to put that in a gift bag. Make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Right? I stuffed a little. But like, if
No,
it's-
nobody. This is what I would say. I don't want clothes in a box because that makes me think that I'm getting something else.
Oh.
I want to know. Okay, that's clothes. This is the other stuff.
Okay.
Not that I don't like clothes, but I don't want to set myself up for, a pair of slacks. I don't know.
My grandmother always got me clothes in a box.
We're really
And-
grateful, aren't we?
Yeah,
yeah, you guys
we are.
sound
This is-
great today.
We're in rare form, but I like it. Cheers.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
My grandmother always put my clothes in a box when I was young, and so you had to wonder. That's that to your point. That was sort of the day when you really didn't want clothes.
Yeah.
Clothes were.
I guess I'm still there.
But I like the nostalgia. There's something about it. Now, my mother-in-law, Margarita, she puts all my clothes in a box, and I love it. She is an incredible rapper. Mom,
Yo,
you're
yo,
out there.
yo.
She I mean, it is precision like I've never seen
Yeah.
before. Yeah. Anyway,
I like
Wait.
rapping too. I'm
I like
awful at it.
boxes.
What would be a gift that you wrap for Ruth?
Yeah.
You said
What'd you get her this year?
I can't release that. A Christmas tree.
That's just undoing the wrong that you committed.
That's it. That gets me back to baseline.
Yeah.
Like if I get Ruth like a piece of jewelry.
okay.
Or last year I got her a gift card for actually it was like this boutique store, and I'm thinking I wrapped that gift card in a box. And because she wasn't going to expect it. It merited or warranted rather a greater wrap job than just putting it in a card.
Like a little sleeve.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
All right.
All right,
This is the last one, right?
Here we go. Gingerbread cookie or a sugar cookie?
Oh.
I guess I would say gingerbread cookie. Just because it's a little bit more seasonal.
Yeah.
I feel like people have sugar cookies year round. Mm-hmm. Not very special. And plus, it's kind of fun to bite the limbs off.
That is very
And
true.
you can tell a lot about someone. If they take a bite out of the head first, you're like, wow,
Yeah.
you're a little bit crazy, aren't you?
You're an angry elf. Right. Yeah. I would
can
agree.
read people.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Good
Yeah.
job, guys.
That was fun.
That was very fun. Now,
Who knew that would lead us to so many disclosing,
incriminating.
incriminating.
Terrible. However, what we were reading yesterday, really comparing notes on, is a whole bunch of interesting facts. Not just what was disclosed here, but interesting facts about the American sort of traditional habits
Yeah.
that sort of accompany the Christmas season. Like, I just want to read a couple interesting facts, be that we're on interesting facts.
Yeah.
Do you know that 1 in 5 Americans are planning on spending over $1,000 on holiday shopping this year? Does that surprise you, or did you think that was Mike? Do you think that was low or high? I know for my wife it's real low. Right, right.
I'm surprised that it's only 20%.
Yeah.
Because, I know
So am I.
we're, like I said, we're doing the Secret Santa thing. But I'm doing that on my side. I'm doing that on Hannah's side. And and then there are other people to get stuff for. It adds up quick, and I don't even have kids.
Totally.
So like, how I could very easily see exceeding that, which is pretty crazy.
Right. Beck, what was it yesterday that you read me that actually how many Americans are still recovering from debt last year?
25% of Americans still have debt from last year's Christmas.
You believe that?
That was wild.
So 1 in 4 are still paying for 2022's Christmas,
Jeez.
as they now rack up credit card bills for this year's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I just want to say this as an aside.
That macaroni art's starting to sound pretty good.
And then I'm home doing crafts.
Yeah. Ruth, you got any more
Sewing.
macaroni? Sewing.
Is that how you sew?
I don't think so. It's more like a cool dance move.
I would just say this. Ruth and I, one thing that I'm so grateful for when it comes to Ruth is huge Christmas. So you can lose your bearings a little bit when you get into the Christmas season. You drink the nostalgic Kool-Aid, you get caught up, and you got pieces of plastic that you can just swipe, and everything then becomes yours.
Yeah.
You can find yourself in a world of hurting come December 26th, where you're like, hey, dude, what? All I want to say is, you know, I am a big, big proponent for budgeting and living as much as possible debt-free. I'm not going to turn this into a financial episode. However, I will say this. One of the most sort of impactful things that I heard, and it was when we were talking to Dave Orso, and I told him about the success or really it was of Dave Ramsey, the pre-money sort of management guy. His name was Larry Burkett, and he used to make this statement that you cannot be spiritually free while being financially bound.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that Ruth and I, we stick to a very strict budget when it comes to Christmas. Like Ruth will itemize everything out and say, I want to spend this much. We'll then talk it over, talk about whether or not that's too high, too low. It's never too low. I'll just have, it's always, and we got it.
Hey, babe, that's not enough.
Actually, this year it might be.
Yeah?
Actually,
Yeah.
go ahead, bump it up.
Got to bump up her column a little bit.
All that to say, because I don't think that you can really wring out the full joy of Christmas if you're trying to do so while accumulating debt. And so I would just say, listen, don't miss the reason for the season, because it's the celebration, the worship, and the glory of the most incredible miracle, or second to the most incredible miracle that's ever transpired, and that is the incarnate Godhead coming and dwelling in and among his people, so to pay for their sins. And yet we can get caught up in all the trimmings and trappings and all of that, wind up in debt, and miss the whole thing, and then deal with all of the recovery in the aftermath of being sick that you spent more money that you had trying to be a giver, when in fact, joy is found within boundaries. So please, those of you that are part of the Simplexity fam, do not outkick your coverage. One, spend within your means as you're trying to be a generous giver. And secondly, don't miss the reason for the season. That sounds cliche and cheese. I mean it. Because if you miss the reason, then you go after a whole bunch of other distractions, winding up in a world full of hurting. The reason should always remain epicenter. I didn't mean to preach,
Hey,
but
okay.
I got this major thing when it comes to spending more than you got in this season. That's what the marketers and the commercial consumeristic nature of capitalism wants you to do, because they don't care anything about you. That's it.
Ooh,
Preaching.
it.
Mic drop.
Preaching.
I'm done.
Take that preaching hat off and put that Santa Claus hat on. No, that's really good, and it's sad in an ironic kind of way, in the sense that we're celebrating Like, it's great to celebrate. It's
Totally.
awesome. I love celebrating.
Totally.
I want to get better at celebrating. But we're celebrating Jesus coming to earth to set us free spiritually.
That'll preach. No doubt.
And then our response to that is to bind ourselves financially
Crazy.
to the extent that a quarter of us are still recovering a year later. It's like, to your point, let's celebrate within boundaries. It's so much healthier and it's so much more helpful.
Totally.
So-
Totally.
That's good stuff. Pastor.
Check this out. Another interesting fact. TransUnion found that some respondents to their survey are looking for practical gifts. Now, here we go. These are the sound thinkers. To practical gifts and experiences over material goods this year. Come on, this is what I'm talking about. A third of households reported planning to give more practical gifts this year, such as gas cards,
Oh.
gift cards. Around 21% said that they would replace tangible gifts such as clothing or electronics with experiences such as travel and events.
What do you think? Oh,
Oh, I was going to ask back what I think you were going to ask me.
What?
What do you think about that?
So-
Like either practical gifts and or travel gifts.
So now that we're adults, my mom does experiences instead of a ton of gifts.
I love it.
So you guys are going to hate on me, but we went to a concert the other night. That was our Christmas present.
Tell us what concert you went to.
why would
Zach.
we hate on you
Yeah.
for going
Yeah.
to a concert?
Jonas
that's
Brothers,
crazy.
Because
okay?
she went and saw the Jonas Brothers.
Hey, I'll admit it.
You're
But
Joe Bro.
I enjoyed that as an adult. Like, let's do something together. Let's make a memory. Because I don't remember which hairbrush you got me or which makeup bag you got me last year. Like,
Totally.
I'd rather enjoy those memories.
Amen.
So I'm for it.
Yeah.
And your mom also gifted you just recently another trip, wasn't it? But it was, you got rained out a little
Well,
bit.
that was
but-
my 30th birthday, yes.
Okay, where did you go?
Florida. And it was a
Whereabouts
mini
in Florida?
hurricane when I went down there. So
Whereabouts in Florida?
I'm not going that route, sir. And I didn't.
So, in a
We're
couple
bullies, aren't we?
back-to-back weekends, Beck went to Disney and
No,
to the Jonas
oh
Brothers.
my gosh. I went out there to see Ben Rector.
Ben
but it
Rector
got
is
Oh,
good.
okay. Amen. Good comeback.
So there. Don't you hate on me.
Amen.
I'll hate on you.
He puts
Let
on
me
a
go
good
get
show
Ruth.
too.
Who, Ben Rector? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like that idea of experience gifts, though.
I very much, I'm a
Because
big fan of that.
to Becca's point, I think it is more memorable. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
and especially like if you can do it with the person, you know, like
Yes.
if you can, hey, we're doing this thing together. We're gonna go see this show together or whatever.
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely.
like Hannah's parents a couple years ago got us tickets to see Hamilton. Not the Broadway version, but
Oh,
they
the
were
movie?
like, no. They dropped $40 on movie tickets.
At the Hippodrome, right?
Yeah,
You
the
said
Hippodrome.
not the Broadway.
Well, I meant like not in New York City.
Oh, okay. So like at the Hippodrome?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it was really cool, and that was my first Hamilton experience, and I can look back on that, and yeah, so experiential gifts are pretty good.
I love it. I've never been to Hamilton. I've never seen Hamilton.
You've never
Have
seen
to.
it at all?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wow.
We need to do this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to put a pin
New
in
York,
that one.
here we come.
Okay. All right. Couple more. Retail sales are still growing each month. Growing by close to 1%, just 0.7% month over month in September after 6% in August. Sales at miscellaneous stores retailers grew 3% since the previous month. This is a good sign for our economy, Boots. While online sales rose 1.1%, sales rose 3.8% year over year, slightly outpacing the CPI. What that means is that the consumer spending is on an increase even though we're under greater pressure and financial strain. I just find that fascinating that nothing gives. Like,
Yeah.
you would think, hey, interest rates on homes are at 7.5%. People are feeling it in every regard. I mean, unless you got money falling out of your pockets, and you're doing it, there's got to be. This is what somewhat freaks me out. Those stats freak me out because everybody's complaining about being broke, yet nobody's slowing down on buying goods.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about necessity goods like groceries and petroleum and heat and energy. I'm talking about like Zara and H&M and Target and other things. We're just steady trucking.
Yeah. And I would say maybe part of that is because it's not seen as an option to not.
Yes.
You know, I think we give Aramis a really hard time, rightfully so, about his gripes with Christmas and the spending and all that. And, you know, if he heard those stats, he would rightfully feel vindicated. But I think part of it is because people are like, well, I know I'm in debt and I know this is really expensive, but I got to get so-and-so something.
Yeah.
And I got to buy these things.
Totally.
It's not an option not to. What would you say about that?
I think you're right, man. I think, one of the studies that shows that, just recently the student loan repayments have been reestablished or reinitiated. There was this long gap of where there was mortgage payment deference, due to COVID. There was student loan payment deference that was, due to COVID. And now all of these things are now back up on the governor. And that only is an addition to the already increased rise of almost every good. So these loan payments have come back up, and the cost of living has increased greatly. And yet that has only affected, when it comes to Americans, 22% of the American population. So what that means is only 22% have slowed down in consumer spending. The rest of the 80% have been like, no, there's not more money.
Yeah.
So I think that there is this compulsion and or mentality of it's not an option. I just gotta deal with either the debt that I'm going to accrue or the strain that I'm under. This is my reality.
I'm just going to rob Peter to pay Paul.
That's exactly right. So it is interesting. All that to say, hey, when it comes to this season, Pastor Sammy wants you to know that we love you. We understand that there's some that are totally adverse to Christmas spending. Why? Because they truly believe that to keep the reason for the season at the epicenter means that you don't get caught up in all of the gifts and the trappings and all of that. And to those of you that ascribe to that mentality, more power to you.
Really?
That's my way of being nice. I respect that. Everybody respect your decisions. I respect that. Aramis, we respect you.
Well,
not really.
Well, wait 1 second.
We do
Aramis,
respect
come on in here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
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 Got it.
Here, come in the middle.
Hey, come in the middle. Hey. You gotta drop low.
We were literally bad-mouthing you.
Hey,
I heard it.
I wasn't. Boots was.
Hey, I just want to say I bought y'all a Christmas gift.
Oh.
There you go. Hey, I like this episode.
You do?
Especially the part about how Christmas is crazy.
Amen.
Aramis is like, this is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
It is.
We should have had you on this episode. I bet you got a lot to add, too.
Oh, I do. Hey, I'm actually starting something new. I'm trying to get people gifts on Thanksgiving to show that I'm grateful for them, because then it's about the person.
Come
Let's say
on.
Christmas for Jesus. Come on, somebody.
Amen. Oh, well, I love your heart. Love your sweatshirt.
Thank you.
Love that. Actually,
Love
that
you.
gift was probably to me.
Actually, I need this, actually.
Aramis is like, actually, I'm giving that to someone else. Oh, that was...
He's a regifter.
Yes.
Oh, Aramis, we love you.
That was beautifully planned and executed.
Amen.
Becca,
Thank
well
you,
done.
God. All right, I think we have said enough. And Merry Christmas, little partner.
No, this has been a fun episode. It's
I
been a
think so.
different episode. You know, I liked the game. I liked the reflecting on some Christmas traditions and such. I loved hearing some of the inner workings of the Foster family and the hole that you're digging out of currently.
Pray for a brother.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
Yeah,
We're fine.
that's true. But yeah, so we thank you guys for listening, and we certainly wish you a very Merry Christmas this year. We'll see you, I think, in the new year. Is that January 1st for season 6?
I believe so.
Right.
Yes.
January 6th.
We're going to take a short
January
break
1st.
after season 5, heading into season 6. But we love you guys so much. And hey, if you do like Simplexity, go ahead and rate and review.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and review. Some of you have been asleep on this. It's time to
That's the gift you can give the Simplexity fan.
Ooh.
That's right. Little Spotify, little Apple, little YouTube, little comment. We'd like to know what your traditions are. Nevertheless, like, review, follow us. Smash that subscribe button.
Merry Christmas.
Love you guys.